Welcome to the exceptionally average world of snowboard gear polyamory. I'm James Beastie, and this is the Capita Super DOA. This is the 2025, and it's very similar to previous year's models. Same shape, same camber profile, same general ride, but they're constantly tweaking the base, the core profile, the top sheet. It's got a new top sheet this year and a new base, so we're gonna talk about it again. It's also been a while, so that's why I'm here. I rode this with Union Force, Ride Deadbolts, and Battalion Acid BOA boots. I got this near the end of the season, so primarily good spring conditions, but varied spring conditions. When it comes to sizing, this 56 fit me really well. I'm a little bit on the higher side of the recommended weight range, 185 to 195, but it worked well for me. I didn't have any complaints, especially for an ultralight. Let's talk snowboard dating app. Some things that'll make you want to swipe right. This has incredible pop for its camber profile. This is a great board for hitting kickers. Some things that'll make you want to swipe left. This isn't the best board in powder, even for a twin. It's often over-recommended for people who want an all mountain board. This is an all mountain freestyle board for people who ride centered at all times. Don't get this if you want to set it back in powder. And if what I reviewed appeals to you here, then go to our sponsor, Flower Board Shop. They're a snowboard only shop, and they're helping us bring honest, objective content to you. So check them out, click through the links, and buy something from them. We'd appreciate it. So when it comes to shape, this is a true twin. When it comes to camber profile, you have a very busy camber profile here. You can see there is a very mellow camber between the feet. I can't even get my fingers underneath there. I have to grab from here where the rocker is. Then it goes to flat, and you can see there's a decent amount of flat before a little bit of early rise in the nose and tail. And while there isn't a lot of camber, this flat makes this board a little more catchy than you would think. Now, in comparison to riding against a lot of boards that are mostly camber or full camber these days, it's less technical, but it's still not for beginners or intermediates that aren't willing to take a few lumps here and there to get better. You can skid your turns okay, and let's say it's a little less technical than some boards like the Indoor Survival or the Outsiders, but there can be some moments where this can throw you off your game. When it comes to edge hold, there's nothing really going on here in terms of disruption in the side cut. It grips well enough, but in some hard snow, I felt this let go a lot easier than boards with a lot of disruption in the side cut, like the Yes Basic on Ink I was riding the same day. That was just exponentially better, but that's one of the best of the best. I would say if you see hard snow on occasion, this is gonna be fine though. So let's talk flex. You can see it's pretty stiff between the feet right here, and then down near the tail, it has a lot more give. It's got a really poppy personality for having so little camber between the feet and flat and then rocker. You would think this wouldn't pop as much as it does, but it pops as much as some almost full camber boards. It's not the easiest to butter, but it's very doable, especially if you're a stronger rider, and it's pretty easy to get to engage on an ollie. Now, when it comes to uneven snow, I personally like the regular DOA, but this wasn't bad. Capita does have an Achilles heel lately with soft, thick, uneven snow. This didn't do bad though. You can ride all day, especially if you're a lighter rider. Now, when it comes to speed and just straight up pointing it, this side cut is very balanced and it's fine for going straight within reason. It's great for a straight line into a kicker of any size, but if you want to point, let's say a whole run and just really light it up, that's not what this is for. But it's pretty good for a twin. When it comes to bass glide, Capita's just doing amazing things with their basses lately, and this is on the upper tier for sure. And this doesn't have the ultra fast bass of, let's say, the Mega Mercury or the Mega Death, but it's very good, very glidey. The one thing though is this structure, this is just so aggressive. It's like record vinyl, and in certain conditions, like let's say morning, good conditions where it's firm, but still fair and very edgeable and fun, this bass feels like it's just holding on to that snow too much. It makes it hard to turn. It makes it hard to butter. I could feel this structure here, and it was trying to stop me from spinning when I'm buttering. And that's a really weird feeling. It really sapped my confidence. It also made it very difficult to turn. Now, where this tune shines though, is when there's really soft, wet snow. This just runs the water through this and it doesn't stick to that. When it comes to turning, this initiates a turn really quick. When I get this over on edge and I start to make real turns, this is pretty balanced and it can make any kind of radius turn you want, from circle carves to almost straight down the line turns. It's not very hooky in the entry point, and it's great for tracking into a kicker. The spring out of the turn is pretty good, and I feel like it does a lot more than you would think for how little camber there is here. You would think this would not be that fun to turn, but it's pretty fun and pretty satisfying. I will say though that as far as twins go, I do prefer the indoor survival, but this is no slouch by any means. And when it comes to powder, this just isn't good in powder. If you ride a Camber twin and you're used to that old school full-on Camber twin, this will float good. But you only have a little bit of early rise in the tip and tail, and a nose and tail that just isn't ideal for easy float in powder. And if you like to set your board back in powder to get easier directional float like I do, you can only get 1.06 back from center of board. With a 22.75 inch stance width, you're barely getting any directional float. You want something like the black Snowboard of Death that has a shit ton more rocker in the nose and a setback from board that's like 2.875 or something like that with a 22 inch stance width, so you can get a lot more directional float. That's where you want to be if you're an all mountain rider that likes to set it back. You could also go with the Megadeth if you want that ultra light, ultra poppy feel. So this is not a great powder board. When it comes to riding switch, this is great either way. It's a true twin. This is an exceptional board for jumping, and that's where this board truly shines. In or out of the park, this just launches off anything and feels great. It's not gonna get weird if you hit some small micro jumps like I do. Not really a jib board. If you're an average jibber, you can do a lot better with boards like the Outsiders or the Pathfinder or something like that. And pipe, this is pretty good, but it's not amazing. Overall, I think this Super DOA is a good board. It offers a lot of pop for this kind of camber profile. This new top sheet, it's much more durable while still being very light. You can see it didn't even get too scuffed from the bindings. I think it'll hold up better than past top sheets. So if you have a great powder board, then this is a good addition to the quiver. So there you have it.